In this video, I will share something really important that could help you protect yourself from potential identity theft, especially after that huge Social Security data breach that has got everyone worried now. It is important and could be stressful dealing with financial security, which might not be the most exciting topic. But let me assure you that this is one of those things that can save you from a lot of troubles and headaches down the line. So imagine this. One day suddenly you hear that your Social Security number might have been compromised. It's a scary thought, right? But, well, one of the best ways to protect yourself in this situation is by freezing your credit. This is something that's super easy to do, and it's free. Now I know I have your attention and got you excited as well. Before I move forward with this video, I wanted to ask you to click that like button on YouTube so we can reach more people, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future insightful financial information. We will cover everything you need to know in this video about freezing your credit, what it is, and why you should do it, and exactly how to get it done with each of the 3 major credit bureaus. And I'll share a few personal tips along the way to make sure you feel confident about this and understand this thoroughly the process. So stick around. Watch the full video to understand, because this is one of those things you don't want to miss. First off, let's talk about what a credit freeze actually is. A credit freeze, or a security freeze as it's sometimes called, is essentially a way to lock your credit report. Now, when your credit is frozen, no one including you can open a new credit account in your name unless the freeze is lifted. This step and process is crucial, because if someone gets their hands on your Social Security number, they could try to open up a new credit cards, or credit lines, or any loan and so on. Not only that, they can take out loans, they can even apply for mortgages under your name. By freezing your credit, you're stopping these bad actors in the system in their tracks. Now I know what you might be thinking. Will this affect my credit score or not? Well, the good news is freezing your credit has no impact on your credit score at all. So you'll still be able to use your current credit cards and pay your bills and access your credit report for free, just like before. The only difference is new creditors won't be able to access your report without your permission. Meaning, you will not be able to open up a new loan or credit card or anything that requires your credit pull. So if you're planning to apply for a new loan or credit card, you'll just need to temporarily lift the freeze, which is also really simple to do. It is not super time-consuming and won't give you any headache. If at all, it will give you a peace of mind, which I'm sure you will appreciate. Speaking of which, let's get into how you can actually freeze your credit. It might sound like a complicated process, but it's really not. Good news, right? You just need to contact the 3 major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and Transunion. You must have heard these names. If not, you can just find out them just by searching online. Each of these bureaus allows you to freeze your credit either online, by phone, or by mail, depending on what you prefer. And again, it's pretty straightforward. So let's start with Equifax. You can visit their website and set up an account if you don't already have one. Once you're logged in, you'll see an option to freeze your credit. It's just a matter of clicking a button, and there we go. We're done. Your credit is frozen. If you prefer to do this by phone, you can call them directly and they'll walk you through the process. That's easy as well. And if you're more comfortable with physical mail option, you can send in a written request. Just make sure you include all the necessary information, like your full name, date of birth, Social Security number, and proof of address. They need to verify you to make sure you are the owner of the information you provided. I'm sure you understand that part. Next up is Experian. The process is pretty much the same as with Equifax, the one I mentioned just a minute ago. You can freeze your credit online by logging into your account or by calling their customer service line. They also accept written requests by physical mail, so you've got options depending on what works best for you. Just remember, each bureau will need to verify your identity, so have your documents ready when you talk to them or do it online. Finally, there's the third one, Transunion. Again, you can freeze your credit online, by phone, or by mail. I found that doing it online is the fastest and easiest way. It also does not involve paperwork or a physical exchange of information via the mail. But if you're someone who prefers talking to a real person or doing things that way, those options are definitely available. Once you've completed the process with all 3 bureaus, you'll get a confirmation that your credit is frozen. You are done. And now, what happens after your credit is frozen? Well, nothing really changes in your day-to-day life or financial journey, except that you've now got an extra layer of protection. So if someone tries to open a new account in your name, they won't be able to, because the credit pull from a financial institution won't have access to your credit report. If you do need to apply for a loan or credit card, you can simply unfreeze your credit temporarily, either with all three bureaus or just the one that the creditor will check. One thing to keep in mind is that while freezing your credit is a great step, it doesn't mean to prevent all forms of identity theft. For example, some fraudulent activities could still try to use your existing accounts. It's important to monitor your bank account, whether it's a checking or savings accounts, and credit card statements regularly. And consider signing up for identity theft protection services, which can help alert you as well to any suspicious activity. Also remember that a credit freeze is permanent until you decide to lift it. This is actually a great thing because you won't have to worry about your credit being unprotected unless you choose to unfreeze it. And it's really easy to manage your freeze status. You can lift the freeze temporarily if you need to apply for credit, and then put it back in place once you're done. Now let's say if your credit card information is stolen, it could be a nightmare dealing with the aftermath that experience if you don't have your credit frozen. It's a peace of mind knowing that your financial information is protected. I hope that by sharing this with you, you'll see just how valuable taking this step can be. Now before we wrap up, I just want to say that I know these topics can be overwhelming, especially when it comes to something as serious as a data breach, but the steps we've talked about today are straightforward and can make a huge difference in keeping your personal information safe. If you're feeling unsure about any part of the process, please reach out in the comments. Freezing your credit is one of the most effective ways to protect yourself from identity theft, especially in light of the recent Social Security data breach. It's free, it's easy, and it can save you from a lot of trouble down the line. Let's keep our personal information safe. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and click the like button on this video for YouTube algorithm.